very intelligent.
Easygoing.
A genuine person.
Fun-loving.
Larger than life.
He was more than your average broker. He cared about you, he cared about your business, he cared about his community, and he cared about the industry, if you will. There was one occasion that we grabbed a bite, we sat down, and as we started talking, he knocked over the drink that he had in front of him. And typical of Joel, he was so focused that he never lost eye contact, but he picked up his tie and cleared the table while hoping that I was listening to every word he said.
He was always a little bit rough around the edges. He didn't really care what he looked like. He used to say that his tie was actually a napkin to protect his shirt. He had many national accounts. Xerox, TRW, GE are among the clients that he did major deals with. He would constantly have this notebook in which he was writing down what he was doing. So he would be driving. The phone here, kind of like this, the pad here on the steering wheel, and he's writing and steering, and once in a while he'd have a stick. In one of his cars he had a standard transmission. He's shifting, he's driving, and he's taking notes, and as he's driving, he's honking his horn. He doesn't realize that, so he's driving along honking his horn, and finally he gets upset with the person behind him who keeps honking the horn. So he finally rolls down the window and goes, "Stop doing it!" He also was good at reading the market and what was happening. The Boston Partnership is a really good example of that. It was a forum for citizens and developers to meet offline.
He was president for a number of years. He got a great crew working there. It's still in existence, but those of us who participated know why it was successful, and it was because of Joel.
One of the things he would always say to me was, there's a method to my madness, when I would try to get him more in a routine. It's nice to hear all these stories coming back to me. We were working actually on the day he died, so that was kind of, for me, he was doing exactly what he wanted up to the very moment that he died.
I'm the owner of Ben Nielsen's Skyline Automotive, and one of our core values is to give back, and is to be a mentor, as Joel was to me. I met Joel when I was 17, and I was working at an automotive shop. He was in there all the time. He would always spend, countless of hours talking to me. It wasn't until years later that I realized how important those conversations were. I don't know that I would have been able to see the path so clearly without him in my life.
I first met Joel when I was right out of college, and my first reaction was, wow. I immediately warmed to him, as everyone did. He had a great personality. He was himself, he was unique, and he was sincere. I realized that he was passionate about what he did and that he wanted things right. He just took that love of life and he brought it wherever he went.
He was his casual, sloppy, brilliant self.
He touched everybody's lives in so many different ways. I mean, it just, whenever I run into someone now that I haven't seen in a long time, that we talk about my dad, at first they always say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it's like, thank you, but let's talk about him, because that's one of my favorite subjects. He was always larger than life.